Hi, welcome to Excel CEO. My name is Jim Klein, and I have developed the Excel CEO Excel and Access curriculum to help you work more productively, tapping into my more than 30 years of experience of working with spreadsheets and databases. As you take the Excel CEO training, you're going to learn by completing hands-on projects and easy to follow step-by-step and sometimes even keystroke by keystroke instructions so you can gain skills firsthand that can make you stand out as the Chief Excel Officer of your company. You get that? Excel CEO, Chief Excel Officer? Pretty cool name, huh? This curriculum has helped thousands of people become the Excel masters of their offices. Complete this training, and that could be you too. All right, now that you've seen what I look like, I'm going to turn off my webcam so that you can focus on what I'm presenting in this video. In case you are one of the very few people who have not attended one of my webinars, let me give you just a brief overview of how an Excel CEO course works. The Excel course starts off at a very basic level of Excel. Whether you are a beginner, self-taught, or more advanced, you can learn a lot from these chapters. For example, in the first chapter of the Excel course, you'll see what a blank screen looks like, learn about columns, rows, cells, and how to input data into a cell. To keep the more advanced people from suffering from sheer boredom, I've included a lot of tips and tricks in the beginning chapters that a lot of experts don't know. Don't worry, I'm going to keep it conversational and interesting so you're not going to be bored. The Excel course contains 18 chapters. The first 5 chapters are beginning Excel. This is where you learn what Excel is, how it works, inputting and formatting data, sorting, filtering, printing, things like that. Things that everyone should know how to do. Whenever a new concept is introduced, you will learn step by step how to do it, as well as some of the common what not to do's. The next 5 chapters cover intermediate Excel, and this is where you're going to learn how to write effective formulas. You will work examples using more than 50 different functions and some really cool and very functional formulas. Chapters 11 and 12 cover beginning and advanced pivot tables, and to learn Excel really well, you have to know how to create and manipulate pivot tables. Trust me, they're not as scary as you may have heard. In those chapters, you'll also learn how to connect to and use external data sources, which can be extremely powerful. Chapters 13 through 17 cover advanced Excel, like creating graphs, data analysis, macros, and some really cool objects, like checkboxes and spinner buttons. The last chapter is Chapter 18, which I call the Comprehensive Project. Up to this point in the course, I've told you what to do and showed you exactly how to do it. But in Chapter 18, I tell you what to do, but not how to do it. You have to figure that one out on your own using the skills that you've gained throughout your training. When you figure it out and pass the last chapter exam, you will be certified as an Excel master. That last chapter can be hard, but you can do it. I have several high school interns come through my department every year and complete the course. And if a high school senior can do it, you can too. In fact, after you complete the course, I will mail you a printed certificate of completion, and your name will be listed on the graduate verification page of our home site, so you can show to your current or prospective employer that you are certified as an Excel or Access master. Now, how does the Excel CEO course work? Easy. You register for the course at excelceo.com. You start reading the course manual on page 1. Do everything exactly as I tell you to, and by the time you finish the last chapter, you will be an Excel or Access master. Now, here's a few things that you need to be aware of. First off, Excel CEO training is hands-on. You have to open Excel or Access, work the examples exactly as instructed in the manual, then answer questions about your projects online through your Excel CEO training account once you have it. You need to complete all of the exercises, as some of the questions you'll be asked are based on the projects that you're going to complete. For a quick overview of what to expect after you register for an Excel CEO course, let's log into a sample Excel account and look around. For example, let's say that the email that we registered with was excel.student@excelceo.com. And the computer-generated password when we registered was excel 2016 exclamation point and click login. Since my password is case sensitive, I have to type it exactly as it was given. We'll assume I registered to take the Excel 2016 course. You should register for the training that matches the version of Excel or Access that's on your computer. Here's the Excel CEO main menu. The first thing we need to do is to click on the Downloads link, so let's skip down to that option. You need to download the PDF version of the course manual if you didn't purchase a printed manual. The PDF version of the course manual comes free with the purchase of any Excel CEO course. If you purchased a printed course manual, there's no need to download the PDF version of the manual, but you can do that if you want to get started before your book arrives. Let's do that now. And voila, you get the manual. Make sure to save it where you can find it each time you're ready to do the training. Now let's click the back button and go down to the next download that we have to do. And the next thing that we have to do is to download the practice files. As you progress through the course, you're going to use files that have already been set up for you. These are called practice files. In the manual, I'll tell you to do things like go to the Chapter 1 folder and open the May sales file. Those practice files need to be downloaded onto your computer before you start the course. I'm not going to walk through the whole process to download the practice files, but all you have to do is click on that link. You'll see a zip file. You'll unzip it. And let's open the zip file. So at this point, you can extract the files out onto any folder that you want to. Just remember where you've saved the practice files. Now that we've mastered the downloads, let's step through each of the other choices in the main menu. So I'll click on the main menu tab right over there. Goes back to the main menu. Let's skip over the certificates link for now and click on Change My Password. On the confirmation page of the ordering process, you'll be issued a computer-generated password, so be sure to save that page and password. As you progress through the training, you're going to be instructed to log on to ExcelCEO to complete the review questions or the chapter exams. To log on, use the same email address that you registered for the course with as your user ID and the case-sensitive password you received. You can use the Change My Password screen to change the password to pretty much anything that you want. That's pretty self-explanatory to do. Let's go back to the main menu. And the next thing that you can do is to change your profile. Let's click on that. This means your name, email address, mailing address, city, state, zip, phone number, and progress email setting. With every Excel CEO course you take, you and your supervisor, if you listed one on your ordering process, both of you are going to get a weekly email letting you know where you stand in the course. If you don't want the reminder email, or if you only want it to appear on a monthly basis, you can change that here. Let's go back to the main menu. And you can change the name of your supervisor by clicking on this link right over there. Pretty self-explanatory to do. As you progress through each chapter, you're going to come to the part of the course that tells you to go online and complete the review questions. That's what this next link is about. Review questions are provided to enhance your learning experience by asking questions that makes you think about the material learned. These questions are written in accordance with the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, or NASBA, guidelines. Now, this is important. The answers to the review questions are not contained in the course material. You have to figure out those on your own from what you've learned. The review questions are not graded, but you have to complete those sections before proceeding on to the final exam. Let's click on the first set of review questions. These questions just talk about generally taking the Excel CEO course. So let's look at this question. It says, you have registered for the Excel CEO Excel 2016 training. Which of the following is an accurate description of when you are to begin the training? And the answers are training is self-study and self-paced, so I can begin whenever I'm ready. Next one is schedule is set up during the registration and included in the schedule of training tab on the main menu. That doesn't sound right. Let's click on that and let's see what that says. Okay, so whenever you click on an answer that is wrong, you're going to see an explanation of why it's wrong. So this one says incorrect. There is no set schedule for the training assigned by Excel CEO and no schedule of training tab in the main menu. This one sounds kind of right. Let's go ahead and click on that. Training is self-study and self-paced, so I can begin whenever I'm ready. Correct. There is no set schedule for beginning your Excel CEO training. All right, so we know that one is correct. And as soon as we click the correct answer, we see this next button down here. So we click next, and that's how you go through each of the review questions. At the end of each chapter, there is a chapter exam. You have to pass each chapter exam with a score of at least 70% to continue on to the next chapter. The chapter exam questions are written in the same format as the review questions, except you don't get to see the right answer before you submit it. If you score less than a 70% on any chapter exam, you'll see a screen that tells you that you didn't pass it, and it'll give you a list of topics that you need to focus on to pass. If you pass the chapter exam but missed some questions, you will see them, what you answered, and what the correct answer is. Frequently asked questions is kind of self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into that one. Honestly, we don't get a whole lot of questions because the manual explains things in a real easy way to understand. The invoices link. A lot of people purchase the course and get reimbursed for it from their employer. To get your receipt or invoice, just click on this link. Let's go ahead and do that. And click on the invoice that you want to see. Hey, I didn't get to pay anything for it. And then you just print that invoice. Go back to the main menu. Videos. Let's talk about videos. Our courses are certified through NASBA's QAS program for a delivery type of self-study. That means that you have to read the manual and complete the exercises to learn the material. Over the years, people have told us that they would really like to see a video of how to do all of the things in the manual, as some people are visual learners. So we created these videos to be accompanying content, not the main content of the course. The videos follow the course manual almost word for word, with some of my side commentaries and jokes. If you have attended any of my Excel CEO webinars, the format should be very similar to you, except that these videos are designed for you to follow along and gain skills rather than just to see what's possible. The last link on the main menu that I want to talk about is the certificates. Each time you pass a chapter exam, a certificate of completion link will appear for that chapter. Let's go ahead and click on the certificates now. To see your certificate, all you have to do is click on that chapter link. I'll go ahead and click on that one right now. Before you see the actual certificate, you have to answer a survey before you see that certificate. This is NASBA's way of ensuring that the course training material is worthwhile and meets their standards. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to give myself a 5 on everything. I think that's what you should do too. So hold on, let me do this and submit. Very good. Go to certificates. Now we click on the link and you're able to see that certificate of completion. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, we are more than happy to communicate with you on email or by phone. Our email address is customer.service@excelceo.com, and our phone number is 713-481-6515. We love helping our customers, so please let us know if you have any questions before or after you purchase a course. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you as an Excel CEO student.